and we got robbed at gunpoint, when I was like 4 or 5 years old. That's like one of the first memories. By the time I was like 16, his business started. He was making $3 million a year. And then when I went to college, by the time I got out of college, he had lost it all. Later, committed suicide around age when I was like 24. After my father took his life during a recession, I was working 4 different jobs.
Who were you when you felt like you were not up to your full potential?
What? All right, sorry. Say it one more time. It's hard to concentrate. You guys do this all the time.
That's the point.
But I'm hyperventilating.
There you go. Breathe.
If your son was to be watching this 20 years from now and you're gone and you passed away,
I'm not going to be alive in 20 years?
What would your message to him be?
Put the ice in?
Yeah, pour your own ice in.
Yeah, man. Oh, shit.
All right, here we go.
All right, and here we go.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, here we go. That's it.
This is awful.
Oh, look, he got right in there.
All right,
Big
yeah,
deal out of
man.
that. All right, welcome to Cold Tub Talks. Today we've got Brandon Carter, otherwise known as King Keto. Brandon, who are you? Tell us what people should know about you if they don't already.
Man, I'm a guy who doesn't really like the cold much,
That's a good start.
especially being from Chicago.
That's a good start.
I left Chicago a long time ago, and I was like, so I wouldn't have to experience this anymore, man. But now y'all put me in here. It's hard to concentrate. You guys do this all the time.
That's the point.
But I'm hyperventilating.
There you go. Breathe.
Getting outside the comfort zone a little
You got
bit.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm doing the best I can,
Hey,
guys.
so before you built the brand in fitness and high-ticket coaching, who were you when you felt like you were not up to your full potential?
What? All right, sorry. Say it one more time.
Yeah, before you built your brand in fitness, high-ticket coaching, doing everything you do nowadays,
Yeah.
producing one YouTube video a day, you got a podcast. Who were you before you felt like you weren't living up to your full potential?
Man, I felt
for all
like
this? Is that brain
I
firing
feel like
yet?
I've always been pushing myself. I just decided to push it in this direction. Ever since I was I don't know, maybe 16, when I really got into fitness, I feel like I've been pushing myself the whole time. Really trying to get the most out of myself, but I might have had the wrong vehicles or been going in the wrong directions. But I was always trying to going out of my way to be as elite as possible.
Okay.
Ever since 16.
So at
I read
16,
17. I read How Awaken the Giant Within.
Oh, yeah.
And that
absolutely.
it had a huge impact on me, and it kind of just changed things
Tony
for me,
Robbins.
you. So
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so
before this, it was I was just in maybe not the right vehicles.
what was it at 17? What was that first spark?
At 17, I was just trying to. I was a personal trainer. Yes, I got my first job as a trainer in DC. Well, when I was 18, because I graduated from college. I'm sorry, I graduated from. I graduated from high school when I was 17.
All right.
And then my first real job was a personal trainer. And I was in college at Howard University. And I was putting a lot into school and into music. I played the drums, keyboard, and guitar. And I got signed to a record label right out of college. Yeah, I got signed to Sony Records. But they dropped me when when they merged with BMG. But I was going super hard. I would do rap battles.
Too?
What?
This is while you were training?
Yeah, and in college.
Okay.
We used to go to me and my boys, we would go to rap battles, 8 Mile style, all over DC. Anything that was driving distance, DC, Maryland, Virginia. And we caught the attention of a record label, and then they signed me right out of college. And then I got dropped though later on when they merged with BMG.
Interesting.
So I've always been pushing myself ever since I read that book.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awaken the Giant Within. That's a good
What
one.
was the backstory of you? You said you grew up in South Side of Chicago. What was your childhood and upbringing like?
It was, the way you probably imagine. The South Side has its reputation precedes itself. And we grew up really poor. One of my very first memories is my mom walking me to preschool. Before she would get on the bus, she would catch the number 6 Jeffrey bus from the South Side to downtown to go to work like early in the morning. I was the first kid, and we got robbed at gunpoint. When I was like 4 or 5 years old. And that's like one of my first memories. And
Gave me goosebumps.
well, yeah, that was like, this is just awful, man. And my dad, my dad lived with us. He was with us, and he was working real hard on his business, but we were broke until I got sent away to military school for high school. I got in some trouble, got sent away to military school, and by the time I was like 16, his business started, like 15, 16, his business started to take off. And by the time I graduated from high school, he was making $3 million a year. But adjusted for inflation, that'd be like $8 million in today's money.
Yeah, okay.
Like in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then when I went to college, by the time I got out of college, he had lost it all.
Whoa.
Yeah, he had lost. So I didn't experience any of it, right? Because I was gone when he made the money in military school.
Okay.
And then I went straight to college.
So it really didn't affect you in any
No,
way.
I didn't experience any of it, because I hadn't lived with my parents since I was 13, because they sent me away, right? But I knew he did it, and that was inspiring to me that he did it. He lost all the money, and then he later like committed suicide around the age when I was like 24, like in 2007, like right before the financial crisis.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you remember, but I lost my dad at 24 as well.
Yeah, you were telling me. I know
Yeah.
we talked about that. Yeah.
We bonded over that 2016.
Yeah,
so
something
that's
about
wild.
that, man. It's well, as difficult as it is, it's just I'm glad for both of us that we were at least men when it happened. Even though like young men, it still hurts, but it's like I can't imagine being a kid, and that like a kid. And it's like I'm grateful that I had a lot of time to spend with him while he was here. As much as at least that's the bright side I try to look at it.
Yeah.
At least that's how I try to reframe it in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you escape the south side of Chicago then?
Oh man, school. Like I got sent away to military school. Like I think that was a decision my parents made to, because it was so.
And where was that at?
It was in Delafield, Wisconsin. So it was about 2 hours away from Chicago. And I was there on some sort of like scholarship. Like I was the only black kid in my senior class. I was one of the only kids who didn't come from a whole lot of money. I think it was that, and then I went straight to college.
Okay.
After that, and I believe that getting out of there. I always think about that. It's like, man, when I see people in those kind of neighborhoods, I'm like, yo, bro, why don't you leave? I think about that shit all the time. Maybe there's something I don't know,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you're
I
an
got
adult
sent
at
away.
that point. You can
but it's
definitely
like,
make
yeah,
the
man,
choice.
you can
Get out.
leave.
Yeah.
Like you can live somewhere else that's poor and not violent.
Yeah.
That's what I always think.
I mean, so what do you think that is? It's the unknown. It's the fear, right?
I think
People don't
so.
like the uncertainty.
Yes, and that's all you know. It's all you
The
know.
comfort part of you stays.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a big turning point in your life? Like in the right direction?
I think so. For sure, like 100%, because it changed my trajectory, and then deciding to go to college as well. It was I don't know. College is great. I see a lot of internet guys saying that college is bad and it's a waste of time. It wasn't my experience. Shit was awesome. I learned a lot, and
Okay. Even relevant
made
to
a
what
lot
you
of
do
connections.
now? Like what did
Well,
college
I
teach
studied
you?
marketing.
Okay.
So like you learn like marketing shit, like accounting. Like I still do my own accounting. Like
Really?
where do you learn that shit if you don't go to college? I mean, I guess you can teach yourself. You can watch a YouTube accounting video, but who's doing
hire a
that?
mentor or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, listen, everybody's got to walk their own path, and I'm old. I'm 43, right? So it was different in the 90s and early 2000s. So maybe your generation, you guys are younger than me, right? So like your generation maybe is different.
Yeah.
But for me, college was a fantastic
I like
experience.
that perspective.
Yeah.
There gets a lot of hate, especially in the entrepreneurial space, a lot of times
Yeah,
nowadays.
and a lot of times those guys want you to buy their shit,
Yeah.
and don't go
So
to college,
true.
buy my shit.
No, it's very true. It's like you could skip college and just learn from me, and I'll show you how to
Yeah,
make.
and maybe right, but like statistically, 80% of self-made millionaires are college graduates. The average college graduate makes 50% more than the average high school student, a person with only a high school
80%,
diploma.
you said?
So if you
Yeah.
just look at the numbers, like I don't know, if I was a kid, I'd be excited to go to college. One, I'd put myself in the best position to succeed, and then there's like way more girls than guys at almost every college. There was 12 girls to every guy at the college I went to. Yeah. So where the fuck else you gonna get odds like that? And it's cool, man. Like I was 17 when I graduated from high school, so I wasn't ready to go out and be a fucking man. Like, what's the alternative?
Sure.
You still live with your mommy and daddy? Like, is
Yeah.
that like if you're gonna just live with your mommy and daddy, then I don't know if it's a compelling alternative. And you know, I don't want to rant too much about this, man, but I don't know. I'd be excited to go if I was a kid. And
Yeah, I mean,
and-
there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, right?
yeah, in Florida, you can go for free if you got a 3.5 GPA. It's paid for by the
College?
lottery. Yeah, it's called the Hope Scholarship, or maybe that's what it's called in Georgia, because Georgia has a similar thing. If you get they giving them dummies in Georgia. You just need a 3.0, and you can go to any state school for free. It's paid for by the lottery. Swear to God.
Wow.
Florida, a lot of states
the
have
lottery?
that. The lottery pays for it. Yeah.
Okay.
One of them is called the Hope Scholarship. The other one's called Bright Futures. It's like you just have to have decent grades. You don't even have to be a genius. And you go to a state school. Average in-state tuition is only 10 grand. You can make that shit working at Starbucks.
Dang.
Motherfuckers be like, you ain't got to go into debt. I'm like, nah, you don't.
No shit. Okay.
I don't think it's a flex.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
don't
hear
know.
you go
That's
to
just my
university,
perspective.
you're coming out a few $100,000 the other way.
What'd you say?
I said most universities, you hear people say you go $100,000 at least plus in debt.
If you go to
depending where you're going
like a big private school, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and if you don't got a scholarship either.
I guess
you know?
depending what state you go to,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
makes a difference.
And like there's scholarships too. Like I don't know, smart kids. If you can get a scholarship, then go. You know, I knew a lot of kids at my school who were like academic scholarships. You know, they were just smart, or they played a sport. You know, if you don't have that, then you know, and you
Yeah.
don't live in one of those states with those programs, then maybe it's not the best option
Yeah.
for you. I don't know.
So was it in college you got the entrepreneurial spirit, or was it after?
Nah, it was from my dad. Cause like my dad, when he was building his business, I was with him. Right, we were still broke, so like he would work on the weekends, like an entrepreneur, right?
Sure.
And I would be little. I was little, and he had me like go to his his office with him. So I was there with him on sales calls. I learned how to sell from him, and I just picked it up from being around him. Yeah.
Wow.
How
you feeling over there?
Yeah. What's up?
How you feeling over there?
It's warmed up now. I'm just as long as I don't move too much, it's better. It was
you
just
did
that
it?
initial
Great.
shock. I couldn't breathe.
We knew he
Well,
did.
you did it. Look at that.
Made a big fuss about it beforehand. He's good. He's chilling. You ready to transition?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
That'd
I
be
love it.
fantastic.
You crushed it.
Sorry.
Quick shout out to the Pod Company, the sponsor for the Cold Tub Talks. I'm sitting here in the Ice Pod Pro. Coach Devin's in the Long Pod, and you can get your discounted cold tub in the description below. Check it out for yourself.
We're back, and Brandon's not even shivering.
Yeah, I'm good now, man.
I love it. Cold plunge advocate. All right. So you've pivoted between fitness, keto advocacy, content creation, and high ticket training.
Yeah.
Was there a moment where you seriously questioned whether you chose the right path?
No. I think that every time I make a pivot, it's just like a reflection of where I am or what the market is asking me for. You know, like when I just started with, you know, training people online, like doing online training, that came out of necessity just because I was looking for a way to make a lot of money. And it was like during the recession, in 2008, and I was working a bunch of different jobs, man. I would wake up and I would train people, like wake up at like 4 a.m. and train people. And then I would shower at the gym, and then I worked at security at the Prada store in New York. I was living in New York at the time. The Prada store in New York for like 8 hours. Then I worked for my boy's moving company. Then I would, that was 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, I wake up early, train people, and then I was a weekend manager of a restaurant in Queens. And I had to get those kind of jobs because it was during the recession, right? There was like mad unemployment. Even though I had a college degree, like nobody was hiring. Everybody was laying people off at the time. It was like a very difficult time to be a human because like the global economy was collapsing. You know, it's what it felt like. And then I had the idea that, man, what if I train people online? You know, it was novel back then, and there was not a lot of information on how to do it. And I was in the class of the first people like who was doing it. Like we were like the pioneers, and like for real, you know, because we were all trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, and it just came. It it came out of like, how do you make a lot of money as a trainer? You know, if you're not a celebrity trainer or something like that. You know, always loved fitness, and I had read a bunch of books about internet marketing. I was like, all right, what if I did this? You know, and it worked out. I was able to build like a multi-7-figure online fitness business, and then people started asking me how I did it, and that's when I kind of got into teaching people how to start their own online fitness business.
Okay, so how many years did you do it solely before you did?
Shit, man. Let's say almost like 8 years.
Oh,
8,
all right.
Yeah, around 8 or 9 years.
All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just doing online training. Yeah.
Got it. I mean, you've been around the game for a long time. What is there still any criticism that people give you that gets under your skin of what you're doing, how you're doing it?
You know, that's the thing about criticism. I always just say to myself, yeah, this is part of it. You know, like when people make videos about me or whatever, like, you know, it's a part of it. I think back in the day, what used to bother me was when people said I was on steroids. And I really wasn't. And the thing about that is, it didn't bother me that they were saying I was. It bothered me that they were saying, oh, you couldn't achieve this naturally, right? Because I felt like they were doing other people a disservice, right? Because now people wouldn't even try if they didn't believe they could do it. You get what I'm saying? You know, I kept a scale on me everywhere I went, and like weighed my food and tracked my macros.
I remember seeing those.
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
You'd be in restaurants.
Yeah, restaurant everywhere I go. Like even now, I keep a scale with me, food scale. And it's a over the top, right? But if you do that for like a decade, you're gonna get results that are, you know, unusual, like above average results. If you put in like extreme effort for a long period of time, you should get some results that are above average. So it didn't bother me that they were saying about me. It bothered me, like, fuck, man, now you tell, like, these kids will believe they can't do it without steroids, you know? And and you know, I'm on testosterone replacement therapy now, but I started that like right before I turned 40.
All right.
Just because, you know, Father Time is undefeated, man. If I was in the NBA, I'd be the oldest player. You know what I'm saying? So it's but I was transparent about that. Like I showed all my blood work. I
love that.
Had interviews with my doctors on it. You know, so but it's all good. It doesn't really bother me too much. You know, you get used to it.
Yeah. Did any part of that journey ever feel like you were a fraud or being someone fake, or have you always just been natural?
Not so much, because I had been a trainer for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before I went online, I had been a trainer for almost 10 years before
Same here, man.
I went. What'd you say?
That was the same story for me.
Yeah.
Trainer for 8 years, switched right into online coaching.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's difficult to have imposter syndrome under those circumstances. Maybe I was a little weird on camera at first. You know, I think that takes some getting used to.
Same.
I think that's everybody. It's not normal,
man.
You know?
Yeah.
It's part of the-
You know, real quick, the thing about criticism, I have
Let's
a
hear it.
theory about it. The more it bothers you, okay, it's gonna bother you less the more you like yourself, right? So, because what happens is the human brain is not, we didn't evolve to get criticism at mass scale, right? We grew up in mostly like tribes with like 100, 200 people. Like that's the majority of human history. And if you were ostracized from those tribes for whatever reason, you'd probably die, right? You get eaten by some creatures or another tribe. So humans evolved to actually capitulate and fit in, you know, and we're descendants of people who did that for like a long period of time. So criticism it naturally feels bad, right? Anybody who says it's nothing is lying. It's never nothing, but the less you actually like yourself, the more the criticism is gonna bring these insecurities to the surface. That makes sense, right? Like if you said to me, yo, man, Brandon, you look like a Chinese woman, a tiny Chinese woman. Right? There's nothing wrong with being a Chinese woman, but like if you were saying that's what I would think you're crazy. You know, like I wouldn't even argue like this motherfucker, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
Sure.
And that's how it is with most criticism for me, right? Because I really I really like myself. But if I didn't though, if I had a lot of insecurities that I haven't dealt with, and everyone has insecurities, to be clear, right? There is stuff you could say about me that would make me feel bad, right? Everybody has insecurities, but the more you kind of handle those, and the more you like yourself, the more resilient you'll be towards criticism. Because I've seen some people, they went like viral, got like really popular really fast, and I've seen it like drive them crazy. Like I know a few people who went to like mental institutions, like after getting a lot of criticism. And my hypothesis is that maybe they had some stuff going on that they didn't share with everyone, but the criticism will bring those insecurities to the surface.
Yeah. I
Sure.
think you see it with a lot of celebrities in
Yeah,
the world.
Yeah, I mean, because they're getting criticism at like a huge scale, like this.
Yeah.
A scale that none of us can really.
Yeah, on the news, on TV,
Fucking
like
magazines,
everything.
you go to the
yeah.
grocery store and you see
Online.
they're on the cover of magazines.
Yeah.
It's that's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
But you really gotta like yourself. The more famous you want to become, the more you gotta like yourself, or it's really gonna fuck with you, because no one gets unanimous praise, right? They killed Jesus, right? So they killed Jesus, they killed Martin Luther King,
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln, and none of us are gonna do anything as good as they did, right? So there's no reason for us to believe we'll be immune to that. Nobody gets unanimous praise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, what belief has changed what belief about success has changed the way you see health, personal development? You know what I'm saying?
No, can you repeat the question?
What belief about success, health, or personal transformation has changed your life, so to say?
What belief? Man, one thing I think about is something my dad told me. I never forget. He said, "You never know what you could do until you try." Like you never know, right? So I just believe that if I'd rather try and fail, than sit on the sidelines. I think a lot of people stay in a kind of a bondage, like made of their own
Comfort zone?
Yeah, their own, or even fears. They stay in the comfort zone, right? Because they're scared to go outside of it. They stay in like almost like a prison made of their own fears. And I'd rather face those fears and fail than be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
People
you
live
gotta
in a
live with
safety
yourself.
bubble.
Yeah, because you got to live with yourself. You got to. There might be something that you want to do, and maybe no one even knows it, but you don't do it because of some sort of fear, and that fear is natural. But if it stops you from going after something you really want, and that's the only reason you didn't go after it, like on an inner level, you're kind of gonna know that you're being a bitch, right? And it's gonna make you like yourself less. It's gonna make you like yourself less, even if nobody knows.
I think that's what makes us top 1%ers. Right? Is that when you face your fears, it gives life this zest. A lot of people don't like going outside their comfort zone. So when you stay there, it's not like you're living a bad life, but you're living a mediocre life.
Yeah.
It's that 5 out of 10 life. And when you face your fears and you do things that are uncomfortable, it's never fun in the moment. Hence getting in the cold tub. I mean, you honestly were. He was
not
not
feeling
excited
it.
to get in that cold tub.
No, I
No,
did
But he
not.
got
know
in and you were fine. And honestly,
Yeah.
maybe you feel, tell me if I'm wrong, but afterwards it's like, I'm glad I did that.
I don't know if I'm glad I did it, but like, it's like
You did do it.
I did. I told you I was gonna do it, and I kept my word. So
Yeah.
But you really got to think about, even if you don't get anything from it, even if you don't win, even if you lose, right? Can you look yourself in the mirror and be proud of yourself, like even if you lost? I think that's what's important. I think that's more important than the actual accomplishment, because again, like what I said before, like if you don't like yourself, man, and it makes criticism or other things, it makes your life more difficult on a mentally. When you see people acting fucking crazy, like trying to prove themselves, trying to be tough, a lot of times they're trying to prove something, right? Because
Yeah.
they have something to prove, right? But if you've
Yeah.
already done it, like maybe you don't feel compelled
Yeah.
to behave like that, you know?
It's kind of like a skewed perception. Like,
Yeah.
Whenever I lose, I smile. She sometimes calls me a dork. Or we get done with an argument with my wife, and I'm kind of smiling, smirking across the room, and she's like, "You're fucking weird."
Yeah,
And I'm like,
that's-
"Yeah, but
I
this
don't
is
know- I
growth.
don't know
This is
nothing about that."
growth. This is, like you make an investment. No, see, but that's
Well,
where I know,
yeah,
like,
that's cool.
hey,
You got
we
that's
just
your
overcame
perspective, your
something
truth.
that we're gonna be able to do better next time this comes up.
That's
Like,
a good
we
perspective.
grow.
That's a
I mean, if
positive
you know,
perspective,
couples that say we never argue, I'm like, come on, man, you guys don't have real problems then. You're not going for big things in life. If I make an investment that doesn't work out, I also smile behind the scenes because it's like, man, I'm failing forward. I'm learning what not to do. And it could have been worse too. If I lost 10 grand, I could have lost 100
Could have
grand. If
been
I lost
worse.
100, I could have lost $1 million. People are always down on themselves. Well, I'm not going to do that again. It didn't work out. You know?
Yeah.
Facebook ads is a stupid example. So ever since I've gotten in business, I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard people try to get into paid advertising, and they're like, "Well, I spent X amount and I got nothing in return,"
Yeah.
and they stop doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
man, if it were that easy, everyone would be doing it though.
Yeah. It's like
simple.
some things, like you don't stop because let's say you try something and it didn't work. It's the first time you did it, right? You're probably not good at it. You got to develop the skill, you know.
Makes me think people
they
are
quit.
weenies.
They quit a little earlier. I think people quit a little. They try something once and then they quit, you know. But a lot of times you have to keep going till you develop that skill, you know.
Yeah. And I'm sure you can see that a lot in your fitness businesses. Anyone that you're coaching or trying to teach a certain skill, a lot of people only make it so far or only have the willpower to accomplish so much, right? Like if they don't hit $1 million within 3 months of working with you, they're like, this guy doesn't know shit of what he's talking about. He can't help anyone.
Immediate
Oh yeah, yo,
gratification.
they can't say anyone because there's too much evidence to the contrary. But they like this is what too much. There's too much evidence to the contrary for them saying anyone. But if it doesn't work for them, you know, typically in my program, what they'll say is they'll tell me it's their fault because like I gave up or I didn't try, I wasn't going as hard enough. You know, because sometimes to your point, people will quit. They'll start posting content, and the first few videos don't get the engagement they wanted, and their ego will make them quit. And I'm like, man, you got to get good at this shit. This shit is a skill that you have to develop. I'm here to help you develop it, but your first anything is probably going to suck.
Did I hear you
You know?
say it right though that your clients do take the fault, like they blame themselves?
For the most part, like it's very seldom does somebody say it's our fault, you know, because there's just too much evidence to the contrary that like it's worked for too many people for them to be able to say it's your fault. And plus we have like tracking like shit, so everybody gets these like tracking sheets, right? And they're supposed to fill it out every day. What they certain KPIs they're supposed to do for their business every day. And if somebody says something's not working, I can pull up their sheet. I'll be like, bro,
Yeah.
it's like, how did you expect
That's
it to
big,
work?
yeah.
Like, you tell me, man, how did you expect it to work if you didn't do this stuff?
I mean, you've got to be.
You know what I'm
attracting-
saying? Then it's like, yeah, you're right. So maybe they don't initially come out like, oh, it's my fault. But like when I pull up the shit we're keeping accountable, or like I talk to their coach. There was one guy, because I give everybody a one-on-one coach to work with for their first 90 days, right? And I'll talk to their coach, man, what's up with this guy? He's like, man, he's not even showing up for his coach. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, sure.
You can't even do
Bro.
that. How do you expect
Yeah,
to get
I
the
mean,
result
it's
you're
like,
looking
yeah.
I mean, in a
for?
way, you got to give them credit because you must be attracting a certain type of clientele for them to even take ownership. A lot of normies don't even
it's
wanna
not.
take
It's always.
ownership,
It's
period.
not always initially, but like once I bring it to the attention, the stuff they didn't do, they were like, oh, well, yeah, I guess you're right. You know, that's how it always ends up. You know,
Yeah.
But and there's just too many. There's too many success stories that came out of it for them to say it doesn't work. You get what I'm saying? There's
No,
just-
it makes sense.
It's just too many.
Yeah, it's undeniable.
Yeah, it'd be like saying like aspirin doesn't work or Tylenol doesn't work. You know, like it's just too much evidence
That's
to the
well said.
contrary.
Yeah, I'd say it's the same with us. It's like anyone that has an excuse or a reason you can pull up, well, hey, you're not doing X on the
just
nutrition
pull it
side, you're
right
not doing
up.
X on the fitness side, and look at everyone else that's doing it right now, the result they're getting.
Yeah, it's like why can they get in? You can't. You know, then we gotta. But we'll still at that point we'll still help them, right? We're still there. You know, I'm still,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
a
'cause
coach,
everyone's on
so
their
I
own
like
journey.
Yeah, I like coaching people. You know,
Yeah, and you
gotta
gotta
coach them
give
through.
everyone grace too. At the end of the day, the fact that people are willing to hire a coach like yourselves or us at InstaStrat, I mean, they're looking for help. They're doing what most people aren't even willing to do, saying, "Hey, you've got what I want. Please help me."
Yeah,
and then
that's
they
a fact.
show up from
you
there.
know, And because I do that myself. Like I'll hire mentors or join masterminds
time.
like
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
If you had to put 3 of your philosophies for someone trying to reach peak performance and business, what would they be?
3 philosophies. All right. 1. Start planning every hour of every day in your calendar. That's a real life cheat code, right? Because what is life? Like it's time. Like time is what life is made of.
24
right?
hours in a day.
Yeah. So you're not getting the most out of it if you're not planning every hour of every day. Like if I pull up my calendar, with like this the month view, but like it's choreographed.
The Google
Color
calendar.
coded.
Google
and
Calendar
everything.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. Yeah, color. It's like every hour of every day is accounted for, and it may change throughout the day, right, or throughout the week. It change. It's not rigid, but
Yeah.
I go in with a plan, and everybody I've taught to do this. Like I've seen people change their whole life in 90 days because you start getting so much more done per week, you know, than most people who are just out here freestyling their days, doing it on the fly.
Freestyling.
Like I don't understand how people are behaving like that. But you know, I mean, I guess that's how most people behave. And
Yeah.
most people only make $50K a year, right? So like, if you want what most people got, then do that. You know, but if you want some elite shit, I would say the first thing, number 1, plan every hour, every day in your calendar. You'll get somebody, even recreation, or time with your spouse, time with your kids. You know, like plan it, choreograph it. You know, that way, it doesn't have to be all work.
Yeah.
You know, but plan the fun. You know, plan.
Okay.
Just have a structure.
Yeah. So with everything you have going on, walk us through what a typical week looks like for you.
It's going to be too much for me to do a whole week.
But between the recreation, I mean, you've got the podcast, the
Yeah.
fitness business, the coaching, you've got a kid,
yeah,
the
so
relationship.
it depends on. Every week is a little different, right?
All right.
You know,
Even
because
a day.
Yeah, like a day. Today I woke up at like 5:30. Worked out, had some meetings this morning, traded futures at the market open, had breakfast. Then I worked on some content like before I got here, you know, and then now I'm here today. And I mean, I can just go through it, right? Actually, what the fuck am I doing? And then the rest of the day is going to be mostly building a new webinar that I have to write, so I have to build it out, and then
Webinars are the
eat
thing
dinner
right now, man.
Yeah, then I eat dinner with my girlfriend, hang out over a minute, go to sleep. Like that's today,
Right.
you know.
What time do you usually wake up and go to bed? Is it pretty?
10:30 or
Structured?
11. It's been 11 most like
You go to
lately,
bed.
but I'd like to be asleep at 10:30. But sometimes I'm up a little later than that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And okay, that's one. The next one would be
What's that?
that's one. The next one
Yeah,
would
what's
be
number 2?
yeah, track your calories and macros.
Important one.
Man, if you could just do it, if you did that, accomplishing any of your fitness goals would be so much easier. I mean, it would be so much easier.
Bring that food
Amen to
scale
that,
everywhere.
man.
Yeah.
Amen to that. We're all about that, dude. There's 3 things that make up a calorie. Track the frickin' macros.
Yeah, just track it, man. Just track it. Just get MyFitnessPal.
Yeah.
And-
People
and-
are so unaware, man.
Bro, they have no idea. Every time you've been a trader for a long time, so as soon as they start tracking their macros, they're so shocked.
It's eye opening.
They had no idea. They'll say, I eat good. Then they track. It's like, oh fuck.
Dude, that's the biggest piece of free advice we could give people is, dude, pull up MyFitnessPal for
Just do
3
it.
days. Ideally,
Yeah, man.
Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, a work day over the weekend, and let's see where you're at.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Yo, it blows people's minds, man. You know, and it's
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Nutrition labels are on every freaking food in the
Bro,
store.
it makes it
People
so-
have been around that shit their whole lives. They don't teach it in school. It's nowhere, but people don't even know how to read the damn thing.
yeah.
Like common sense.
Yeah. Nah, it's the most important. But that's why the obesity rate keeps going up, right? Even childhood obesity. You know, 1,500 Americans die every day of obesity-related diseases, right? To put that in perspective, there was only 3,000 people died on 9/11, right? So it's like a 9/11 every other day, but it's happened so gradually that it doesn't get that same kind of attention,
right.
you know?
It's not exciting enough for the news to
Yeah,
talk about
it's not.
either.
It's
Yeah.
not like it doesn't happen in a
Yeah,
minute. It's
yeah.
not exciting. Like exactly.
Okay.
But that's a lot. That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
If you can do that, man, you'll be in amazing shape. And then I would
Yeah,
say,
what about number 3?
Number 3, if I gotta pick, the first 2 are easy, but if I gotta give you one last one,
I like this. Think about it.
I want it to be a good one. The first 2 it's simple. I say those all the time to everyone who will listen.
Can feel it. It's about to be
Yeah,
fire. Right now.
yeah. I'm trying. I have a few of them in my brain. I'm thinking which one I'm gonna shoot out.
His girlfriend says, "Take your time."
We're chilling.
Ne- Okay, this is what I'm gonna give you.
All right, I'm ready.
Don't be negative. And what I mean, I'm not saying positive thinking. I'm not saying be positive. I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying if something's bad to pretend it's good.
To avoid it.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not even saying be positive. I'm just saying don't be negative. Right? You can be neutral.
Be
Look,
neutral.
Don't
I
be
was gonna say that.
negative. Right? So for example, there's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system, right? And it decides what you see. You get what I'm saying? Like for example, like when somebody gets a new car, you start seeing that car everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not an X-Man, right? Like you didn't attract it. That car was there the whole time.
yeah.
You just didn't see it. But that's because your reticular activation system, your RAS, it filters out all the sounds, sights, and senses that we have around us. And it only lets you see what's important to you right now, right? So when your boy got that car, you started seeing it everywhere, but it was there the whole time. But you didn't see.
You seen The Secret?
Yeah,
That cheesy film. That's
Yeah.
a good relation for anyone who doesn't know. It's the law of attraction.
Yeah, it's like that, but it's straight neuroscience behind it. Like we don't even have to get all. They made it like very hocus pocus,
Yes, they
which
did.
is cool. And I'm not just on some. You can look this up in like real science books. It's real neuroscience.
Yeah.
What you'll start seeing more of it. Whatever you focus on, you're going to see more of it. So if you are negative, you'll see more things to be negative about. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For example, like if I said blue, like look for stuff that's blue here. We might notice stuff that's blue that we weren't paying attention to, like those zippers over there are blue, or these bottle caps, or these wrappers, right? There's a bunch of stuff, you can do that whenever you want. Once you start focusing on it. So if you focus on the negative or start talking about it, what's going to happen is you're going to see more of it.
Yeah, your life's gonna suck.
Yeah.
You're going to bring it. And this is also like, okay, if your friend gets a car, it brings a new car around you, you start seeing it everywhere. What happens when your friend starts bringing his negativity around you?
You start
What do you
being
think you're going to
negative.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll start seeing more of it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it, and I'm not even saying you got to be positive and all great. Just don't be negative.
Yeah. Don't let it affect you.
Yeah. Just don't say anything negative. Like don't say. For example, I would never say. This for a long time. I would never say I can't afford it. I'll be like something. I'll be like, yo, I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way to
Would even
afford it.
speak those words, man.
I gotta find a way. Or like I take it to I make it extreme. Instead of saying like, oh, I'm tired, I'll say, man, I gotta get some more energy. Right? Like I focus on what I want, instead of saying, oh, me and my girlfriend are fighting. It's like, yo, man, trying to figure out a way for us to get along better.
Yeah.
Like don't be
How can we communicate better?
yeah,
and things
like don't be negative, right? Be positive. No, I'm saying don't be you don't have to be positive, but focus on what you want instead of focus on where you're trying to go instead of focusing on the problem.
Yeah.
Focus on the solution is what I'm trying to say.
What do they say? Focus on the journey, not the outcome.
Yeah, or yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's
Don't just focus on what the end goal is, because there's a whole path you have to go along the way.
Yeah.
And what you were going back on kind of reminds me of a Tony Robbins training I saw where it's like, hey, look for everything that's blue.
Yeah.
And you look around everything that's blue, and he's like, now close your eyes. And it's like, what did you see? Red.
Yeah,
Right.
you
And you
didn't
probably
see
can name
it.
absolutely nothing that you saw because
Exactly.
all you were focusing on was the blue.
yeah.
And that was it.
That's a better. Tony's better than me at that.
Tony's the man.
Yeah,
The reason
yeah.
he is where he is.
Yeah.
It makes me think though, for guys like us, it's easy to just focus on the potential, the outcome, and chase big goals and dreams. But for someone that is in that pessimistic mindset or they're naturally negative, if you simply avoid what you don't want, That's way better than trying to completely flip the script and say, I'm just going to be positive.
Yeah, you don't have to
Focus
be.
on what I want. So if you just avoid the negative, you'll be in way better a place.
Yeah.
You don't have to be positive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm not even exactly. I'm not even saying be positive or like bullshit yourself. It's like just don't be negative.
Just avoid being
like
a Debbie
don't
Downer.
say anything about yourself that you don't want to be true.
Sulky.
Like
that's,
for real.
That's the worst kind of person to be around, man. I hate being around Debbie Downers.
I don't let people do it. You know, like if somebody's around me and they say something like, "Oh man, I just can't do this," or I'm like, "Hey man, don't say anything about yourself you don't want to be true." Like I don't let people talk like that around me.
Hell no.
You know, because I don't want it to infect me. You
Yeah,
know?
sure. You always
that's
wish
awesome.
them well, but yeah, like I phrase it as I keep the door to my mind cracked. I'm very cautious of who I surround myself with because that energy is infectious. You know,
Yeah,
don't
you know-
bring my daily battery down with your bullshit.
Yeah, you know what I do, man? It's like most of the time when I go places or do stuff, like I don't. I used to think like what you said, but instead I think, you know what? I'm cause, not effect, right? So like wherever I go, I want to affect the mood, right? Like like even if you were in a bad mood, I'm not gonna allow that around me. Like so, for example, like if I see like in my building, I see the janitors. Hey, what's up, man? What's going
Yeah,
on? You
you
know, like
freaking make
like
the
try
day.
like actually, my goal is to raise other people's.
Dude, we walk in
energy
the
up.
room and we're the man.
Bring the energy.
You're the force. You're bringing that good energy into the room.
That's the game plan, but not necessarily because I'm a nice guy, just because I don't know what kind of energy they're gonna bring towards me, right? And I don't want
Yeah.
it to affect me, so I'm like, I'd rather be cause instead of effect.
You
Yeah.
set the tone.
Yeah, I'd rather
Yeah,
set the
that's
tone.
it,
So
man.
even if you are a Debbie Downer, you're gonna have to do that shit on your own time.
Yeah.
because it's not gonna happen
Or
around.
even-
It's just not gonna happen
you mentioned
around here.
You not only don't know what some people's moods are going to be, what kind of
Yeah.
energy they're going to bring, but when sometimes you can see like the awkwardness or the timidness or the energy isn't good.
Yeah.
It's almost a challenge to bring the good energy
Yeah.
into that mix.
It's
It
like
feels
a- it's-
good.
it's
It's like,
like
hey,
a-
I can put the first smile on that guy's face
Yeah.
today. You know? Maybe he's been in that negative mind frame all day, and I could be a little spark.
And it becomes a habit if you do it like all the time. It just becomes like habit who you are, because some people only be like kind to
Yeah.
people who can help them, right? You know, but if you want to make it like a habit, you're
Or when
doing
the
it all
phone's
time to all
rolling and
people.
recording it.
Yeah, you want to do it like
Yeah.
all the time, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I love it. It's almost delusional.
Yeah.
Delusionally optimistic. But you know what? It feels good.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in a good mood all day and you're
Yeah.
positive all day. Are
Yeah.
you really? Can you not be happy at the end of the day?
Yeah.
You rest your head on the pillow at the end of the night, knowing you're a good person, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
On my worst day, that most hair pulling day, you still get to smile at the end of it.
Yeah,
Like, man.
It can be hard when you're going through some real challenges. I get it. Like, there's somebody watching this who's going through some fucking real shit. You know, like some real shit. And I don't want to downplay that. You know, like they might be in danger or some shit. You know, like they might, you know, their family members might be about to die or something. Right?
Yeah.
There are people going through some real shit, and it can be difficult. But you just want to do the best you can, right? Because there's some circumstances where it's super difficult to be like that. But like, just don't even if you can, just be neutral, right? Don't just try not to be negative. You know,
I like that.
I think
I was trying not to laugh at your analogy. You said hair pulling over here, looking at Brandon. So you're making him feel bad, dude.
nah, it's fine. I've been shaking my head.
He's secure. You're secure.
I've been shaking my head since I was 16.
I didn't go there.
like
He's
it's
not-
different
he's
when
not
you're black.
insecure.
Like I've
That's
been
what I
like it's different, man.
What's a non-negotiable you do every single day, no matter how
track
busy
my
you are?
calories. Track my macros. Track my macros.
That's our guy right there.
That was quick. Look, he didn't even have to think about it.
I don't
number
know,
one
man.
rule of thumb, man.
It's super rare that a day goes by that I don't track my macros. Like it's very, very, very,
Yeah.
very, very rare.
Second nature. It
Yeah,
does.
Dude, and it
it's
doesn't
weird
take
not
that
to.
long to become second nature.
Yeah.
You tell people talk about, well, it's a pain in the ass and it's tedious to track. Dude, do it for 1 month.
No, it's just putting numbers in the phone. Man. It's just putting numbers in the phone. It's like it used to be hard when I first started doing it, when I had to carry around a
chicken
notebook.
scratch?
You know what I'm saying? You know, before we had
Handwritten?
smartphones, right? But you know, and even now, like you don't even have to be as excessive with me. You know, you can take a picture or something, throw it in ChatGPT. How many ounces
you
you think
bet.
this is? You know?
Yeah.
You bet.
If someone at home is watching right now and they had 30 days to turn their life around for health, fitness, business, what would you tell them to do each day? and each
Plan
week?
every hour of the day in your calendar. Plan every hour of every day. Fill it with things that will help you accomplish your goals. Two things that happen. One, you're gonna be more productive than than you ever have. It's not going to be perfect at first, right? A lot of people get discouraged because they don't follow the plan perfect. It's okay. You got to get used to it. It's a skill, right? And the second thing is you'll get rid of most of your bad habits, right? Because you're not going to put the bullshit in the calendar. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
Yeah.
That's true.
Scrolling on social media and other
like,
things.
yeah, I mean, you might get caught up in something like that, but it's more like the big stuff, right? Like you probably won't get, like for example, I quit drinking on accident because my calendar was just full with things that would help me accomplish my goals. And then I look back, I was like, damn, it's been like months without me drinking or smoking weed. I guess I might as well just quit. You know, and that was like 11 years ago. You know, like you'll accidentally get rid of the habits because it'll be most of the bad habits because you crowd them out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it
You
makes
just
total
don't
sense.
have time, you know? And the next one would be track your calories. Track your calories, macros, man. Like if you do those two things, it's gonna be difficult for you to fail. At least in fitness and
Yeah.
it's difficult for you to fail. Yeah.
So the biggest thing for the business side of things is basically just track what you're doing every day and every hour.
And not even track it, plan it, choreograph it. You know, because I'm just telling you, man, you'll get so much more done. Everyone who does it for a significant amount of time, they always report back to me, yo, that was a life changer.
I
But
started
almost no
doing-
one does it.
Yeah.
You know,
I
almost
started
no one
doing
does
that
it.
a few years ago, and it's
Yeah.
a game changer. Even when I drop the kids off at school or pick them up, it's like just put everything in there so you know exactly what you're doing.
And you can
throughout the
change,
day.
you can move stuff around if stuff happens, especially with kids. You know,
Yeah.
like stuff happens, but just have choreograph your days instead of just freestyling or shooting from the hip. You know, you get so much done.
That's so true. I can even think back before I started having a schedule, and you're kind of like, what am I going to do next? What
Yeah,
should I do? And
it takes up mental bandwidth, and plus,
It does.
sometimes you'll have so much stuff you want to do that you end up doing nothing because you just. You know what I'm talking about? You know,
Yeah, you're
everybody.
working on the bullshit
There's
that
so
doesn't
much
matter.
stuff there. It's like you end up
Paralysis.
doing nothing. Yeah, because you don't know where to start and it's not organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number one tip.
I love
sure.
that. And that's so true.
Couple more things here. Has what you call success, whether it's income, influence, or physical results, made you happier on the inside, or has it changed what happiness maybe means to you?
You know, man, I always think it's funny when people say success won't make you happy or I just want to be happy. You know, it's just like what the fuck do they mean by that? Like, there's no version of reality where where you're not going to experience the full range of emotions, right? Every human is going to experience, is going to be happy sometimes, sad sometimes, insecure sometimes, secure sometimes. You know, like every human is going to experience the full range of emotion. There's no one who's just going to live in a constant state of bliss. You know, like it's not a thing. It's not for real, right? Everybody's going to go through every emotion. I think what people mean when they say, I just want to be happy or this won't make you, I think they mean they want their average state to be happy. Like on average, like if you scale from 1 to 10, like they want their average to be, I think that's what they mean, right? Does that sound right? I don't know. Like, cause everybody, the happiest person you know is sad sometimes. The most confident person you know is insecure about something. You know, like it's almost ridiculous. It's like, no, man, you're gonna experience all the emotions no matter what. So you might as well get rich.
Yeah.
So
And
you have freedom.
I think
You know,
you can,
like
yeah, like you could speak from your side of things. I mean, being wealthy, being a millionaire, you still go through all the damn emotions.
Everybody
It doesn't matter
does.
how much money you have. Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, like it doesn't matter. You can't tell me
Yeah.
they don't have the same issues, maybe to a different scale than what we do.
everybody, man. Look, I mean, look at a kid, right? Money's not even a thing to like a child, right? It's not even a thing, and they still go through all the emotions, right? Everybody's gonna go through all the emotions. So if you're gonna have to go through all the emotions anyway, you might as well make some money, so you can have more opportunities and set yourself up. Like what you want to do, the best you can is to be able to control your own emotions, right? Money's not supposed to make you happy. Like it's not, money's job is to be exchanged for goods and services. That's all it can do, right? Your emotions
Part
are
of
your
life.
emotions are your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Not inanimate objects, right? So like there is a threshold, right? Like if you don't make the way the world is set up, like without a certain amount of money, then you can't, fulfill your biological needs, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's difficult to be happy when you're hungry, you know, or like you don't have shelter,
sure.
right? So there is a threshold.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I know what people mean when they say be. I just want to be happy.
Dude, I think, as a matter of fact, I know money is idolized by people who have never had it. They're fixated on it for so long. I believe, I know so many people that if I could just give them money for 6 months and let them get it all out of their way and, you know, let it wear off like everything else in life, then they'd find their true self.
Yeah,
Right?
maybe. I mean, that
Go
person.
get the car, go get the house, go take the luxury vacations, and then when it all wears off and you realize, man, I still feel the same inside,
Yeah.
then you get to start living.
You give him $1 million, right? He's still gonna get mad if there's traffic. You know, like if he gets that mad at it now, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna change that for him.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like his idiosyncrasies, the things that bother him, a lot of them will still bother him. It's like every human is gonna experience a full range of emotions.
Yeah, what part of success for you in your life right now is still feels maybe fragile?
I was talking to Mark Manson. Like we used to be pretty close when he lived in New York. You know, we used to hang out sometimes, and we were talking.
So wait, did he write the subtle
The-
art?
yeah,
of
yeah,
Giving a
yeah,
Fuck?
yeah, yeah. He's the author of that.
movie. I read that.
And we were
movie
pretty-
in the
we were-
bathtub. Read that book.
We were pretty close when he lived in New York, but he moved to LA, and I moved here, so we haven't really seen each other since. But once I was talking to him, and and I had asked him about something he said in the interview. He said, "Man, it just feels like," you know, he said he was talking to every entrepreneur. He said no matter how successful they always worried that it may like fall down, it may just stop. You know, like they might
right.
still lose it all. Like I was like, yeah, that never goes away, does it? And we both agreed that yeah, it kind of doesn't go away. Maybe there is a level that I haven't reached where like that feeling goes away. But he was saying that after he had the #1 selling book on Audible ever. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Like, he still holds that title. Right? He's super successful. And I don't know if it ever goes away, you know.
Yeah, that makes
What
me-
feels fragile to me now is the global economy. Like it's not like stuff that's outside of my control.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's going to happen with AI and how that's going to affect the economy, right? Because if you see a lot of these white collar workers getting laid off. I think Jack Dorsey laid off 4,000 people yesterday, and his stock price went up. The stock price of Block went up, right? And because he laid off people because of AI, I think it went up 20% in one day.
Wow.
Right? That's huge.
Yeah, it's
right.
a
So
lot.
other companies are going to be following suit, and what does that mean for the actual economy if all these white collar workers don't have jobs? You know, the middle. That's the kind of stuff that worries me.
Yeah.
You know, because if machines are making more money, like AI doesn't go to restaurants, AI doesn't, you know,
Take days off, work Sundays, does 24/7.
Well, I'm saying AI doesn't support. It only builds economy. It only helps the economy of that business, right? But if you have a worker doing that, you pay him, and that worker goes out to restaurants, other people's restaurants, or he buys furniture, or he takes flights, like, and they distribute that money throughout the economy. But if you replace those people with AI, then who's doing that?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So even if you think your job is safe because you build houses or some shit, right? AI won't take that. But who's gonna buy the houses? If there's not as many people with jobs, that's the kind of shit I worry about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claude ain't
Fear
gonna
of
buy
losing
you
it
the
all.
house you built.
Yeah, the fear of losing it all, as he said, makes me think of our mutual connection, AJ Mirzad.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
always his driver in business, was the fear of losing it all,
Yeah.
like his family had.
Yeah.
That kind of ties into the next question I was going to ask you. If you were to lose it all, who would you be? Who would you be down deep if all the money was gone and everything, the following?
Everything's gone. Like I
Yeah.
start over.
Reset.
You know, I'd be you know, man, I'd be a father, you know.
Would you still be a hustler?
I'd be a
Would you
father.
choose the same path that you chose to?
Would I start over again?
Yeah.
I'd probably pick.
Like, what route would you go if you hit the reset?
If I had to
button
start
in
over
life?
today,
Definitely stay shredded.
yeah, yes, I still be. I mean, you know, wouldn't be the worst starting place. I still be 6'2", 200 pounds, around 10-12% body fat. You know, so like, you know, that
Girlfriend by your
Yeah,
side.
yeah. beautiful girlfriend. Do I still got the girl?
You still got the girl.
Oh man, then I'm straight.
I mean, it depends if she chooses to stay with you. If you lost
it
it all. I mean,
depends. We got to ask her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you mean when you say oh? Nah, I'm just playing. You know, I mean, I have to figure it out because I got a son.
Sure.
You know, like I'd have to figure something out. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm not above anything. You know, like to feed my family. You know, feed my son. Like I fucking mop floors.
Do whatever
if I
it
need
takes.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it. You know, and after my father like took his life during the recession, like I did. I was working like 4 different jobs, 12 hours a day. Like I'm down to do that again. You know, if under the right circumstances, if I had to.
Yeah.
You know.
So you'd be a hustler down deep.
Yeah, I find a way to. I'd find a way to. I don't know what it would be, but I would find a way to provide the best life I can for the people I care about.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
What would you regret if you looked back decades from now on your life that you didn't do?
What would I regret?
Decades from now, if you looked back on your life now, what would you regret not having done?
So we're assuming that I don't accomplish what I want to accomplish in 3 decades. I mean, I got some of that shit now. Like I regret not buying Bitcoin when it was $8.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I regret not investing in the stock market early.
Yeah.
You know, like I got some of those now. I mean,
Yeah, if you foreshadowed it though.
yeah, if I was to foreshadow, so decades from now,
Yeah, being
let's
the
say
type of guy.
like 2 decades.
Yeah, let's go with
2 decades. So we're talking about me. I'm
It
60,
matters.
I'm 63. I'd be 63. You know, whatever. If I look back and I felt like I could have done more, if I feel like I didn't really push myself, you know, whatever that means, you know.
Yeah.
If I look back and I felt like, damn man, you didn't really go as hard as you should have. You took it easy too much, you know.
I think that's what a lot of people think of on their
think that's
deathbed,
what it is,
right?
yeah, something like that. Or I don't know.
I think that
I'm
when they
taking your word
interview a
for it.
lot of people that are older in retirement homes, the biggest thing they think of is all the things they regretted not doing.
Yeah, if I didn't push myself for whatever reason, if I didn't feel like I made the most out of those 20 years with the different goals I have and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I asked that because you're
Yeah.
already a cut above the rest.
Thank
If you
you.
looked at your life 20 years from now, it's like, what would I want to know that I didn't skip out on right now,
Yeah.
20 years later? And then, I mean,
It
that may
really
be
pushing
enough right
myself. If I didn't push myself to, like, I feel like that now. Like, if I sleep past 6 for whatever reason, I kind of hate myself a little bit. You know, like if I don't really push myself, because I don't even think that like me, I don't even think I'm special. You know, I feel like the average person, everybody who's like with average intelligence has way more potential than they bring to the surface, but they don't push themselves. I just feel like most people are looking to see what they can get away with. But if they started seeing, okay, if they replace that by thinking, how much can I push myself, they'd be able to accomplish so much, man. You know, like just so much. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are leaving so much success on the table. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what does winning look like to you nowadays?
Oh man, you know,
Because you've accomplished a lot.
that's a good question. I don't know if I've ever thought about it. Maybe.
Maybe because you're already winning?
Yeah, maybe is you know. There's always levels, right?
course.
There's always levels.
I like the deep thoughts.
Yeah, I think for me, it's really about. Damn, I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think about it.
Wow.
You
He's
might
even thinking
might
about the
stump
Uber
me.
ride home.
You
That'll
might,
hit you up and
I'm
let
gonna
you
call
know.
you and be like,
Winning
"Yo, I
look
got
like? Yeah,
it."
it's a pretty simple one.
What's it mean for you?
Yeah.
What's it-
Winning?
Yeah,
Doing your damn best.
yeah. I think it's something like
Absolutely.
that.
Every
yeah.
day, showing up 100%, making sure I am the best for her.
Yeah.
I'm the best for him. I'm the best for myself. I'm the best for all the people I come in contact with. Honestly, every day when I go to bed, I think to myself when I rest my head on the pillow at the end of the night, was I a good person today and did I show up?
Yeah.
And if you compound every day like that, you can't
Exactly.
lose.
It's
I don't care
difficult-
how much money
it's difficult
I
to
have, I don't
fail.
care how fit I am or not. Do you feel good about yourself? And that's why I don't get the corrupt world is that how do those people go to bed and I've got a good heart.
Yeah.
I mean well, and I don't get how people develop themselves into this corruption of doing these insane things that are belittling other people, and they go to bed at night and they're fine. Or
Yeah.
maybe they're not.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of people's lives I wouldn't trade mine for. That's for damn sure.
It's that part. Maybe they're not. You know, I mean, I know exactly how it happens.
I appreciate you asking.
I know exactly how they end up like that. It's like the little things. You know, you take one step here, then it's easier to take another step. Cheat a little bit here, then it's easy to cheat a little bit more. Right? Like Bernie Madoff was already a billionaire before he started scamming. Right? He was just taking a little bit here, a little bit there, and next thing you know, it's billions.
Yeah.
Right? It becomes
too.
They get used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
They grow accustomed to it. You know, like any
a new
like we was
level.
in the pool, right? At first it was a shock, and I grew accustomed to it after sitting in it for a long time. If you start sitting in that shit for man long, you grow accustomed to it. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this from a dad to dad. If you lost your father, I lost my stepdad. If your son was to be watching this 20 years from now, and you're gone and you passed away,
I'm not gonna be alive in 20
what
years.
what
Damn.
what would your message to him be,
Yo,
and why
man.
you chose the life that you did?
I'd be like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna at least live to be like.
He doesn't like the 20 years part.
Damn. I thought I'd at least live as long as the average guy.
Did you catch the end of what he said?
What he say?
I'm just kind of putting myself in your shoes because
Yeah.
you know my stepdad had a 7-year-old, and you kind of wish there was like something left. So no one ever foresees themselves passing away or anything
Yeah.
happening. What would you want your son to know?
Man, you know, man, I just want him to know that I really loved him. Like honestly, that's the main thing I want to know, that I really loved him. I really cared about him, and I did my best, you know, to be there for him and give him the best future I could, the best life, and really set him up. Like that's the main thing I want him to know. Like, cause I mean, I guess I could talk about success and life principles and all this stuff, and he can get that from like all the stuff I have online or whatever. But like, what I would want him to know is that, man, I fucking loved you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think that's, I don't know.
Kind of
That's
gives me
important.
chills you just saying that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure. What kind of man would you want him to be?
Oh man, as long as he is going after what he wants in life, and he's a good person, you know, being kind to people, doing the right thing. That's all that's really important to me. I don't have like a big, like he's got to be this or he's got to be that. Like, you know, I'm gonna let him pick his own path for the most part. But what I mean, I have some things I have some things I'd like him to go into, some industries I like him going to. But the most important thing is that he's, you know, being a good person and like and being a man of honor.
I
you
love
know,
that.
and integrity. Like that's what's more important
Yeah.
than
I like that.
like even if he wanted to, even if he was making regular middle class income, you know, being a teacher, it's cool, man. If that's what you love and you're a good person, then that's what's up, man. That's cool. You don't have to follow my footsteps. You know?
I'm
That's
with
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
I think that's more
Pressure.
important than anything. It doesn't matter how much money you make, but if they're happy at
Yeah,
the
be a
end
good
of the
person.
day,
Yeah.
and they're doing right by people,
Yeah.
I think that's speaks way more than how much money you're making. But if you're a bad person or screwing people
Yeah.
over, who cares?
Yeah, you know, just a good person, kind to people, you know, like that's important to me, you know.
I love that.
Values.
I'll close it out with this. What is the biggest piece of life value that you would give to the people watching from home?
Track your macros.
Track
Kidding.
your macros. You know, no.
Put shit in your calendar.
Yeah, and the reason you do those things is because, like,
I didn't mean to answer for
no,
you.
but it's a part of it, right? The reason you do these things is like, I'm just telling you, man. Every person, as long as you're a average intelligence, you have way more potential than you think. Like you can accomplish way more than you think you can, and just the average person is really not doing the things that will bring that potential to the surface, right? Because you know they're wasting too much time, or they're not allocating their time in a way that's conducive to bringing that to the surface, you know? And that, you know what I'm saying? And so if you just start planning it out of your calendar, plan it out each day, making long-term goals and devoting every hour of every day to a goal. And it doesn't have to be a success financial success go. It could be, you know, time with your spouse or time with your kids, like with all your goals.
Yeah.
But just making the most out of each day. That I don't know no other way to do it. Like I don't know another way to do it.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think a lot of people put a cap on what their potential is.
Bro.
And they stop themselves from ever being able to be successful no matter what area of life it is. They just think this is all I'm meant for. This is the biggest cap that I have. And they never take the top off to allow themselves to get to the next level.
As long as you're not like a dummy, right? There's some restrictions, right? Like, you know, the average American's IQ is about 100. So if you're like way too far to the left of that bell curve, then, you know, it might be no, but for real, it's like, you know, it's gonna. I don't know, like I don't know, like, well, how much you can accomplish, you know, but that's not most people, and that's not the people watching this, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't even know what my IQ is.
yeah. As long as it's
Consider
not,
myself a street smart kind of guy.
yeah, as long as it's not like 75 or below, or like you need a helmet or some shit, right? Like then you got a lot of potential, man. You know, for sure. You just got to allocate your time.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah, dude, this is
coming on,
awesome.
man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
the value.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
My man.
Plenty of takeaways.
For sure.
Absolutely, yes. And if you enjoyed Brandon's episode, check us out here. More episodes on Cold Tub Talks.
Let's go.